Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So the Sony's Xperia XA2 is out. The handset is not coming with the longer 18:9 aspect ratio display but still sleek design. So in this video I'm gonna compare it against the Motorola Moto X4. So let's get into the video, and starting off with the physical specs, we're gonna have fully aluminum body on the Xperia XA2 versus glass back and aluminum frame on the Moto X4. The display size is the same, 5.2 inch, and on both handsets it's gonna be 16:9 in aspect ratio, not longer 18:9. But still the Sony's Xperia XA2 is gonna be a bit smaller than the Moto X4. There's a huge difference between both handsets in the screen to body ratio, which is gonna be 75% on the XA2 versus lower 68% on the Moto X4. And as for the weight, there's gonna be 8 grams difference between both handsets. Both phones are coming with on-screen buttons, while the fingerprint scanner is gonna be at the front on the X4 versus at the back on the XA2, which is so new for the Sony. There's USB Type-C port on both handsets along with the headphone jack, and at last the XA2 is also missing a really big Sony feature, which is the water resistance, versus on the X4 the handset is gonna be fully protected against water and dust. Coming to the display, and it's gonna be IPS LCD on both handsets, and the resolution is same too, which is Full HD. So 424 pixels per inch on the screens of both handsets. To protect these screens, the X4 is gonna have Gorilla Glass 3 protection versus unspecified version of the Gorilla Glass on the XA2. But it's either gonna be Gorilla Glass 3 or 5, and both are good. So yeah. As for the performance, both handsets are coming with Snapdragon 630 inside with 3GB of RAM, so both are gonna be really close in terms of performance. But there's also gonna be a 4GB RAM variant of the Moto X4 to store extra running apps. Storage options are gonna be 64 and 32GB on the Moto X4 versus only 32GB on the Sony's Xperia XA2, and the micro SD card slot is gonna be there on both handsets. Coming to the camera, and it's gonna be 23 megapixels with aperture f2.0 on the XA2 versus 12 megapixels camera with the same aperture f2.0 on the X4. The X4 is coming with a secondary sensor which is gonna be 8 megapixels, and it's gonna add 125 degrees wide angle mode to the handset, which is great, and a normal camera takes about 75 degrees of shots. The Moto X4 is coming with portrait mode, which is gonna add blurred background in the images, and according to my research, the Sony's Xperia XA2 is not coming with this feature. So yeah. For refocusing, both handsets uses face detection, while there's also gonna be dual pixel on the Moto X4 for fast refocusing and better low light performance. Both handsets records 4K videos, which is nice being mid-range phones, and the X4 captures 1080p at 60 fps, while the XA2 records 120 fps slow motion videos, which is double compared to the Moto X4. The front camera is gonna be 16 megapixels with aperture f2.0 on the Moto X4 versus 8 megapixels with aperture f2.4 on the XA2. The field of view on the XA2 is gonna be 120 degrees, which is super wide, and for comparison, the Moto X4 have a dedicated camera for wide angle which captures 125 degrees shots, versus on the Sony's Xperia XA2 the main front camera takes 120 degrees selfies. So yeah, the selfies are gonna be super wide on the handset. At last, for the battery, it's gonna be bigger 3300 mAh on the XA2 versus 3000 mAh on the Moto X4, and the wireless charging feature is not present on both handsets, while the fast charging is as Quick Charge 3 on the XA2 versus Turbo Power on the Moto X4. So this is it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think about both handsets, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.